We'll go ahead and start. It's a little after 3 past. I'd like to introduce Shelly Feist, the Executive Director of the Partnership for Food Safety Education.
Thank you, Mary. Welcome, everyone. I'm very excited today to preview or reveal to you a campaign we've been working on. This is a holiday event that's been simmering for several months now, called The Story of Your Dinner. And it's a great pleasure to be able to show it to you today and to have a chance to answer your questions. Please, throughout the presentation, which we're going to keep reasonably short, type in questions in the question function on the box on your right, and we will get to many questions. We have time carved out to do that. So let's get started, and thank you so much for being with us today. The Story of Your Dinner, I have to acknowledge our sponsors because it was made possible only by the financial support and as well expert input from a number of people from within the Partnership for Food Safety Education, including these terrific sponsors: Cargill, Coca-Cola, the Frozen Food Foundation, Nestle, and Publix Supermarkets. So we thank them for their support. So what is this all about? Well, it's the holiday season is upon us. And as you know, this is a time that in the United States we really celebrate our bounty of safe, quality food. It's also a time of high interest about home food safety because so many home cooks are getting in the kitchen and maybe haven't been there for a while and or are very concerned about having a terrific quality experience for their guests. And so it's a good time to have that conversation around preventing foodborne illness from farm to table. Why are you here? Well, to share. We know that about the folks who are involved with Fight Back and our backfighters, health and food safety educators in the United States who are multipliers reaching hundreds and in some cases thousands of consumers in your communities. We really want to engage you as a campaign collaborator, and we've built many tools that will help you promote home food safety this holiday season. So we're welcoming your engagement and the incredible opportunities to share this with consumers that we know we can be realized through your support and engagement. Who are we? So some of you may not have been involved with the partnership, so let me tell you very briefly about the partnership. It is a not-for-profit, public-private collaborative that is exclusively focused on prevention of foodborne illness at the point of consumer handling and preparation at home. We develop trusted science-based behavioral health messaging. We are the creator of the Fight Back Core 4 campaign dating from the late 1990s. And we believe our job is not only to inform consumers, but also to help provide the network of health and food safety educators with quality, trusted tools and messaging they can use in their consumer outreach.
Okay, so this is Mary Saucier-Choate. We're going to just launch a little poll, and we'll launch a few polls during the webinar just to get your feedback. So this first poll is going to ask you, are consumers in your community confident in their ability to prepare a safe holiday meal? So let me launch that poll so you can answer it for us. And just take a few minutes to go ahead and answer that poll, and then are consumers in your community confident in their ability to prepare a safe holiday meal? Really interesting numbers coming in. Okay, it looks like we'll wrap this up in a few more seconds. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to close the poll and let you see the results. And, oh, there we go. Phew, I thought the results were going to go right by us. So it looks like about 30% of you feel like your community is ready to go to prepare a safe holiday meal. About 15% of you feel not so much, and then 55% of you are not sure. So that's really interesting. And it does vary with how much people know about safe food preparation. So we'll give you some great resources to help make sure more people are confident. So let me just close this poll and okay, back to Shelly.
Thanks, Marion. Thank you all for participating in the poll. Before I'm about to take you into the site, we'll show you some of the great new material we've developed, but I wanted to summarize also kind of what was the approach behind the story of your dinner. It really came from, one, a desire to unite some public and private sector approaches on consumer communications, to raise awareness among consumers about simple actions that help reduce the risk of foodborne illness. It also was an opportunity to begin a conversation, and in no way is this intended to be a full conversation yet, about framing food safety throughout the chain of prevention. We wanted to portray the parties in the chain of prevention, including consumers. So as you'll see in the story of your dinner, we're really kind of framing the consumer's role in the chain of prevention versus just pluck out the consumer role out of context and say, here's what you need to do. And then, of course, with the story of your dinner, we wanted to engage thousands of health educators in telling this story and in sharing this information during this holiday 2016 season from Thanksgiving through to New Year's. So that's the intent behind it. We're going to move now into, I'm going to take you to the Story of Your Dinner website, and we will first start with an original animated video that we've created called The Story of Your Dinner. Oh, you're going to see my email, unfortunately. That's all right, I'm a little slow on this.
Yeah, let's see. Why are you
No, I got it. Okay, here we are.
Looks delish, doesn't it? Did you know that before the meal is set on your table, many dedicated people have been working to ensure food is wholesome and safe? It's true. So let's explore the story of your dinner. Even before the food you eat is planted, tests may be done on seeds, soil, and water. Farmers want to grow safe and nutritious fruits and vegetables and raise healthy animals. Food producers want to do everything they can to prevent food-related illness. Workers take many steps to make sure food is kept safe, including washing their hands. And scientists test samples to ensure the environment where food is produced is clean and safe. Keeping food really cold as it travels to your neighborhood grocer is important. And your team at your grocery store works to deliver safe products to your family. But germs are persistent and constantly on the move. So be ready to do your part for food safety. Each year, 1 in 6 people get sick from foodborne illness, and young children and the elderly can get very sick. So, ready for some tips? Follow these 4 core rules of home food safety to keep your family healthy. Step 1, clean. When preparing foods, always start with clean hands. Wash surfaces and kitchen utensils with hot, soapy water. Go ahead, suds it up. Rinse fresh fruits and vegetables under running water, then blot them dry. But don't rinse meat or poultry. That can spread germs around your kitchen. Step 2, separate. When prepping your meal, remember, keep raw meat and poultry separate from other foods. Now wash those hands again. Good. Step 3, cook. Always follow packaged cooking instructions. Can you tell a safe internal temperature by looking at your food or poking it? No. Only a thermometer can tell you if it's reached a temperature that kills harmful germs. Step 4, chill. Now, who doesn't love leftovers? Keep them safe by chilling them out. Refrigerate or freeze them within 2 hours. To learn more about food safety, visit our website at storyofyourdinner.org. Brought to you by the Nonprofit Partnership for Food Safety Education and these sponsors.
All right. Trying to minimize that. Okay. Hopefully you all can see my screen. As we move into an exploration of the rest of the website. This is the presence at storyofyourdinner.org that redirects to fightback.org, which many of you are familiar with. So I'm going to walk you through some of the fantastic tools we've created for the Story of Your Dinner. You'll see we've divided into consumer section and health educators. So let's start with the consumer section. Here you're going to find easy access to the Hand in Health sweepstakes page, the Southern Sides recipes, which is a fabulous cluster of recipes that include easy food safety instructions built in, our kid-friendly placemats page, and a terrific holiday meal flyer for the Story of Your Dinner. So let's start at the top. Hand in Health sweepstakes is a major part of the Story of Your Dinner campaign because it's a direct way that consumers can get involved and can actually win some fantastic prizes for submitting their turkey hand. The page gives them everything they need to know about submitting and a little bit about the prizes, which are being provided by Publix supermarkets. So Hand in Health, we think, is a great way for the consumer to think about food safety, think about the hand they have in food safety, and just do something that's really fun and possibly encourages kids to get involved. Southern Sides recipes. This is a fantastic part of the campaign where Southern food bloggers are going to be promoting these recipes in the context of the Story of Your Dinner campaign. We have a great page where it's easy to pull up the recipe. The recipe is a PDF. And as you can see here on roast turkey, it includes safety instructions. It includes, particularly this turkey recipe, more detail about weight, cooking time, and of course thermometer use as being critical to safe preparation of your holiday turkey. Our kid-friendly placemats page, I love this. We have 5 fantastic placemats: the story of your turkey, the story of your vegetables, the story of the retailer, a hand washing placemat, and Core 4 food safety placemat. Each of these can be colored, there are activities, and there are tips for parents. These can be printed at home, or you all can take the files and print them, and the size specifications are here on the page. And then the Story of Your Dinner meal flyer. We wanted to put some of the, most important holiday food preparation material in one place in a way that matched the campaign. So, of course, including the internal temperatures chart and all the basics about clean, separate, cook, chill, with some specificity around turkey handling, which is, of course, an area of great interest to consumers for Thanksgiving in particular, and then loving your leftovers, tips for that. Resources in the form of the USDA and FDA's hotlines, which is another tip for consumers. And let's go back and briefly look at the educator page, which will interest a lot of you. Of course, all the consumer downloads, which you'll want to use and promote. Campaign logos in English and Spanish. We have a terrific set of social media images, which we urge you to use, to download, use in all your social media accounts. As you'll see, a couple are Thanksgiving oriented, something that's a little more Christmas or your Hanukkah season and your Happy New Year. As well, there's a social media graphic for the sweepstakes, which we hope you'll promote because of the great prizes and as well getting that consumer involvement. And a social media graphic about our Twitter party, which is also for consumers and is going to have great prizes. We've got a social media calendar for you and guide and tips for social media around the campaign. A consumer news release. This is the release about the story of your dinner from the partnership, but we think if you want to develop your own press release for the season for your local media, please feel free to use this as a template. Of course, a Hannah Health sweepstakes. And then we have included, with the support of some friends at UC Davis, an evaluation tool pre-survey and post-survey that you can use with consumer groups when you show them the story of your dinner animated video. And if you'll take a look at this, we'll talk about it a little later, there is an incentive for you to use this, and we have someone who's going to collate the data. So we just like to get that kind of data about the experience that consumers have with the video. And then there's information about our Twitter party. So I think you're going to find everything you need here, and as well, we'll of course keep you informed. As I hand it back to Mary here, we'll keep you informed about these events through our e-card that goes out every week. If you're not on our e-card list, we are able to add you after today. So you'll find out a lot more about this. So thank you. I'm going to turn it back over to Mary.
Okay. Let's make sure I come to the right person. I think I'm doing this right. Okay, one more try here. There we go. Okay. So we've just seen Shelly's presentation of the storyofyourdinner.org website, which is where you can find all this information. You don't have to remember too much, just the title of the campaign, storyofyourdinner.org. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Shelly?
No, I'll have more to say shortly.
Okay. So now let's do another poll to see how you're thinking about this. So will you be sharing the story of your dinner video with others? Let me launch that poll real quick. And just take a few minutes, if you wouldn't mind, to let us know what you think. Think you'll be sharing that? I do want to make a point of saying GoToWebinar isn't, they're testing this, but they're not up to date yet on the audio that you heard was coming through a telephone. It wasn't the audio on the actual video that you'll see is perfect. The audio was a little muffled because we're getting a second hand through a telephone. Okay, it looks like everyone who wants to respond has responded, so let me go ahead and share those results with you. It looks like, wow, 63% of you plan on sharing the video, which I think is a great idea. 8% said they don't think so, and 29% aren't sure. So great feedback, and let's go back to Shelly.
Well, thank you. I love that 63% of you are going to share the video. Thanks so much. I just wanted to do a quick overview then. So our consumer toolkit at storyofyourdinner.org includes recipes and placemats, really being primo, fun consumer content that we hope you'll use. And next slide, our Backfighter toolkit, or a toolkit for educators, includes all these great social assets as well as a whole calendar. The calendar, by the way, includes just cut and paste social media content. These great colorful social media assets, and then the evaluation tools. If you want to do a pre and post survey with a group of consumers, we encourage you to do that. We've built in some incentives for you to submit groups of 10 or more completed surveys, where we'll be issuing Discover gift cards to you for completing surveys and sending them in to UC Davis for us. Next slide. Okay, Mary's going to talk about the many events that we're going to have related to the campaign.
Right. So the first thing is our Twitter party. I don't know if many of you have participated in Twitter parties before, but they're a pretty fun way to exchange information. So our Twitter party is going to be November 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Hashtag Story of Your Dinner to get in on that chat. And this is mostly, it's intended to be for consumers to ask their food safety questions. So this would be a great thing to promote on social, to where you outreach to your consumers, to let them know that they can get their questions answered by experts at the Twitter party. Also, so it's mainly focused on answering consumer questions. We would love to have backfighters also join us to help give their tips and information about holiday food safety. And also there will be prizes for folks participating, so please add that to any kind of communication you do about the Twitter party. Things like a really great turkey gift basket, which is a really nice combination of a pan, a really nice food thermometer, and some other appropriate tools for getting your turkey ready for the holiday. Freezer bag, $50 Amazon gift card, a grocery store gift card. So lots of reasons, besides just the great information you'll get, or your consumers will get, lots of prizes for participating. And back to the, again, the hand in health sweepstakes. So this is just a great way to get consumers to participate in understanding the importance of their hands in food and preventing foodborne illness. So what they'll do, they can pick up the entry form right at the storyofyourdinner.org website and trace their hand, color in a turkey, snap a picture of it, or submit it to us either on our Facebook page or Instagram. And then there are prizes each week. I'll pick a winner each week leading up to Thanksgiving, and then the fourth prize is a grand prize of $250 gift card. So that's kind of exciting. So please share these great contests with your consumers. Right, the prizes are going to be drawn for the Hand in Health sweepstakes on November 7th, 14th, and 21st. Then that grand prize on November 28th. And again, this graphic is right in the storyofyourdinner.org website. So you can just cut it, paste it into your Twitter and Facebook feed and Instagram to promote this. Okay, so we've been over quite a few resources just now. What we'd like to do now is just ask you a poll. Which of these new resources will you use? And we'll give you a chance to choose all that apply. So let's launch that poll. There we go. Please take a few minutes to tell us which things you're planning to use. The Story of Your Dinner video, those great color-in placemats. Those would be great at a health fair, or to bring home yourself for the kids' table or the adult table. People can learn about food safety as well as have fun, because they're pretty fun placemats. The recipes are my personal favorite. As a registered dietitian, we took these recipes and asked the bloggers, and then also added additional food safety information that is accurate and will help consumers to do food safety activities appropriately as they're preparing these recipes. Okay, the social media graphics are fantastic. And then the posts and tweets, we didn't really show you them, but they're ready to go. You don't have to even really do anything but cut and paste them. Okay, it looks like everyone who wanted to participate has participated in this poll. So let me close it and share it with you. Okay, a little lag time. There we go. So woohoo! It looks like my favorite, the recipes, 84% of you are going to be using those. That's great. You're really going to enjoy those. They're beautiful to look at, and they've got the information right in there. 66% look like they're going to use the Story of Your Dinner video. 68% placemats. Great handout. As well as you can share them electronically too. A little less than 50% are going to use the social media graphics, and about 31% will use the posts and tweets. That's great. These are really high quality tools for you. All right, so we'll move along now, and I'll hide that poll, and off we go. Okay.
Thank you, Mary, and thanks to all of you for taking some time today to look at the campaign. If you have a question, remember, please enter it, because we're about to go into the Q&A. Mary will be going through questions, and we're going to hopefully stick to the topic of the Story of Your Dinner. Your other questions, I will tell you, every time you participate in one of these, we look at your comments and questions and consider them, because we really feel our job is to make sure we're improving our offerings for you. We urge you to join us with the Story of Your Dinner, with Fight Back. we just want to be your partner in promoting safe food handling with consumers. We think it's a great time to have that public conversation about the commitment behind the chain of prevention and supporting the consumer in their role. This campaign, The Store of Your Dinner, is designed as a pilot campaign with a focus on the Southeast, but of course, after you've seen the tools, you can see that there's all kinds of great information to share with the consumer all over the United States, and we urge you to do so. We are hoping to build the campaign out next year. So in this pilot, we're hoping to reach 5 million consumer impressions through the media, through social media, through the number of people we drive to our website to get the great tools. So think about these ways. How can you help us with reaching this goal of the 5 million impressions? And by the way, it's extremely important for us to meet our goals so we can continue to attract support that we need to develop and issue these campaigns. So be a collaborator. You can hold an event online. You can hold an in-person event, distribute resources in your community, post and tweet resources. If you are developing a holiday outreach plan, or if you already have, how can these resources be part of that? And then we want to hear about that. We urge you to email us with what you're planning to do, or you'll hear later about a knowledge exchange we're holding that's all about sharing ideas for promoting food safety during the holidays. And then our Twitter party, promote it. We want consumers to come. Mary was talking about some of the prizes. They are like awesome, and I won't be able to get the prize because I work here, but just that turkey safety basket alone that's been put together is just a really wonderful set of kitchen tools that anybody who cooks would love to have. So help promote that. Help promote the Twitter party. Let's find out more about whether you are interested in joining the Twitter party. Mary's going to launch this poll about will you be joining and sharing.
Yeah, we're so curious and want you to come. And we have just some questions, and this is our last poll, about whether you're coming, whether you'll be spreading the word about the Twitter party. So will you be attending? Will you be spreading the word about it? Will you not be attending? Will you not be spreading the word about it? I mean, even if you don't come, you can still spread the word, I hope. Yeah, that's kind of a new way to communicate. I mean, most of our backfighters, many of them are on Facebook. A lot of them are on Twitter. Twitter parties are still a little bit new to some of us, but they're really fun, and it doesn't cost anything. And consumers will have a chance to win a prize, several great prizes. So. Okay, it looks like about everyone who wants to participate. I'll give a few more minutes because those numbers are still going up. So, okay, looks like everyone seems to have voted. So let me close that poll and share the results with you. Okay, it looks like 69% won't be attending, but about 20% will be attending. About 41% will be spreading the word. Thank you. Definitely spread the word and encourage people to come. It's pretty fun and a pretty easy way for consumers to get great information about the holiday. Especially right now, they might have questions about how to cook a turkey safely and so forth. Okay, well, thank you for participating in that. And now we have time for questions. Let's see, I'm going to check out the questions right now. So you can use the question box over on the right-hand side of the screen to ask questions about anything we talked about today. Where to get the materials, where to get the resources, how to use them. Okay, so let me make this so I can actually see it nice and big. Okay, great questions. Let me get started. I want to start at the top. Okay, yes, the webinar is recorded, so when we'll be posting it, I'm going to try to actually get it in the email that goes out after the recording, after the webinar. So if I have no technical problems, off we'll go. You'll get it in an email, the link to it. Plus it will be on our website under recorded webinars. Shelly, here's a good question. Do you have these materials available for people to put their own logo on it as well?
That's a great question. I would say that we don't specifically have templates that allow for you to put your logo on. If If someone were interested in a larger scale distribution, say of a placemat, please contact us, because we could get you artwork that would make that possible. I would love to do that. I'd also say that the graphics and the story of your dinner logo and things, of course, could be integrated with other material you are preparing. We just had an example of this today. A health department in a state just used one of our graphics as a way to call attention to some food safety content they were promoting for Halloween. So one could use the story of your dinner graphic and the story of your dinner as an added web resource for consumers. So contact me if there's something with a print item you'd like to use. Otherwise, I think we do have some flexibility as far as the social media graphics and the story of your dinner logo. One thing I also did not say, and I regret, but you will find this out on November 1st when we officially launch the campaign, because you all are like, you guys get the preview. We not launch November 1st. There will be a Spanish language video. And as I said, there is a Spanish story of your dinner logo. So the video will be available in Spanish. We will not have a print piece in Spanish, but we think the video will be a great piece for people who are trying to communicate with Spanish-speaking folks.
That's great, and we'll let you know about that as soon as it's available. We'll tweet it and post it and maybe put it in an e-card so everyone can know about it. Okay, so let's see. That's right, so we want to clarify about the prizes for the Hand and Help sweepstake, because this is a pilot, as Shelly mentioned, for folks in the Southeast. Everyone can participate, but Shelly, what should we tell them about that?
Well, yeah, thank you for that. First of all, let me clarify one thing. The Twitter party is offering prizes that are not public specifics, that are not, you know, you don't have to be in the Southeast, okay? So we mentioned just the one thing, the turkey basket. There's another prize. Mary talked about the freezer bag and Amazon gift certificate and stuff. The Hand and Health sweepstakes, the prizes are Publix gift cards. So one thing I have thought about is that if a prize winner wanted to turn it back, and we could donate it to a food bank in a Southeast state, we can do that. So we'll look at that kind of thing. That, you know, some of this, as you might imagine, is, you know, we had this great opportunity to partner with really a terrific retailer that has a fantastic reach in the Southeast. So anyone can enter, and we could encourage people who say, you know, I can't use a Publix gift card, that we could donate it to a food bank.
Great. Thank you, Shelly. Now, I know the answer to this, but Shelly, I'll let you answer it. Do we need to get permission from PFSE, from the partnership, to present this program to the public if they decide to pursue this?
Thank you for asking that, because I know we never expressly say that, and though I have made it clear, I hope that we encourage you to use it. No permission is required. We do, of course, ask that you not alter things, particularly documents that provide specific advice and temperatures and all that. But as long as you're not altering the food safety content that's important for the consumer, yeah, no permission is required. You can take and use these assets on your website, in your social media, in your print, whatever you want to do, because that is why the partnership exists, to make sure these messages get out to consumers. So thank you for asking that.
Yes, thank you, because we want them to be used widely. Okay, another question. Do you have topics that will be discussed at the Twitter party? Twitter parties, the way they work is you generally have some questions or some comments to kick it off. But again, this is for consumers, and if they ask questions that we haven't pre-thought about, we'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah, Mary, that's, you know, it's interesting because instead of making it just food safety focused, we're going to be asking questions to elicit consumer involvement, like, you know, what's your favorite side recipe for Thanksgiving? And then we'll use some of that as an opportunity to talk about safe handling. We want to get the consumers engaged just on, you know, Thanksgiving's coming. Can we address some of your questions and concerns, and then make sure, you know, that food safety is part of the conversation. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, and again, that just to clarify, because this is a little confusing, someone asked about for the Twitter Party prizes. The Twitter Party prizes are national. Please, anyone can win the Twitter Party prizes, and they'll be sent to you wherever you live in the country. But it's the hand and help, that turkey hand. When you draw the hand, those are the ones that are the only prizes from that are the public gift cards.
Yeah, and they're very generous. They're really generous gift cards. So I don't know what consumer would not love to win. And we're going to have like 12 winners. We're going to have 4 winners in each of 3 weeks of $100. So what consumer would not love a $100 gift card? Yes, but that is Publix they're located in many places, but they're primarily in the Southeast.
Okay. So again, and the reason it's just the Southeast is because Publix is one of the sponsors, and it's a pilot. So we're hoping to get enough support to take it. Maybe, are you thinking national next year, Shelly, or another part?
That would be great. I mean, if we could get multiple retailers or, you know, a national chain. Publix has a great history of just working with consumers on food safety, and yeah, so that is our hope for next year, that we just expand it.
Yeah, so that's why it's important to share this for 2 reasons. The big reason is to get more consumers aware of proper food safety behaviors. But the other thing is, the more consumers that go to the site and show that they're interested in this kind of information, the more potential sponsors will say, hey, this is a good thing for me to support. So these wonderful materials are not cheap. They're fantastic, and they're professionally designed, and that's how the circle works. You know, the more people that use it, the more people the more it goes out into the communities, the more people who might be able to want to sponsor us can just say that's a good idea. Okay, we talked about branding. You're certainly, as long as you don't alter any of the information, the food safety information in the resources we have, you just really take our resources and put them on something that has your organization's logo or branding. That's fine. Okay, I'm looking at the recipes. This is another question, and none of them have nutrition information listed. That is correct. Is it possible to have that available to include with the recipes? That's probably not going to be something that happens. We were focusing more on food safety. And Terry, who asked this question, I'm a dietitian, and maybe you are too, and you're welcome to contact me, and we can talk about that more. Okay, what age is the video intended for? Shelly? Is that all ages?
Oh, well, yeah. It's really intended for a general audience. Obviously, it was not designed for kids. It's not intended to be for kids. It's intended to be just a good general message about food safety and the consumer. Yeah, it's not meant to be a piece of classroom education. Someone asked more about a Twitter party. How to participate. Right.
So actually, you know what I should probably do is send out some information to backfighters and maybe to people who participated in this webinar. If you haven't participated before, it's not difficult. You just go to the hashtag. In this case, you'd go to Twitter and go to story of your dinner with the hashtag in front of it, and everything that people are talking about will show up there. And if you write a question and put story of your dinner with the hashtag in front of it, it will show up in that flowing list of comments. So that's how that works. There's other things you can use, like TweetDeck. There are things that help you, but you don't even need to go through that. You can just use that hashtag and get to that place where all those comments will be going. But thank you for asking me that question, because I think I could send something else.
We said we'd only keep people for 40 minutes. We, of course, could talk on and on because we love our stuff. But we don't want to keep you guys unduly. I did want to say one more thing about the recipes, Mary, and that is that they were developed by this set of Southern bloggers. So you're going to see them promoted by these bloggers, and I think that's going to be really cool. So the bloggers themselves came up with the recipes, with the exception of the roast turkey, which was really derived from a lot of great content we already had on preparing a holiday turkey safely. So the bloggers may have an interest in working further with us about nutrition stuff, but that, of course, as Mary said, is not our primary focus. The bloggers may be interested in hearing from people about that.
Right, I'm so sorry we're not going to get to the rest of these questions, but please, as Shelly said, we really do look at them, and they really do guide us on what kind of things backsiders like yourself are interested in hearing more about, learning more about. So thank you so much. I think, as Shelly said, we could probably be here another 30 minutes answering the questions. But we will
you have more to cover.
I do have more to cover. A little bit more to cover.
And then, but we are wrapping up. So we've got some events we want to highlight for you.
Yeah. So just real quick, we already talked about, well, we didn't talk about this one. November 3rd, 1 p.m., backfighters received in your e-cards this invitation, Holiday Food Safety Knowledge Exchange. So it's another way, and this is for backfighters versus consumers, to share your ideas about how you're promoting food safety during the holidays. So the link is here. You can also get this link from the e-card that was sent to you, and it will be going out. Oh, I can't remember if I put it in Tuesday's e-card. But if you're interested in participating, please just contact us at info@fightback.org, and we will get you that link. Again, the Twitter party, this is an invitation just to let us know that you're coming, but you don't have to register to come to a Twitter party. You just, on November 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, you get on Twitter and put in hashtag story of your dinner, and you'll see the conversation from there. And of course, we cannot forget what's coming up in January 25th to 27th, the Advancing Food Safety Through Behavior Change Consumer Food Safety Education Conference. It's a big deal. It's in Washington this year, and the registration link is there. And again, if you put in CFSEC 2017, you'll come to our website also to register. So we're hoping to see a lot of backfighters there, and we have a lot of great sessions scheduled. Okay, after this webinar, there's a survey that's going to pop up. Please respond to it. We always are interested in what information you are interested in learning more about, and we work really hard to provide that to you. So we want to thank you for joining us today. We really enjoyed this webinar. We hope you have, and you'll be able to ask additional questions via that survey, and always at info@fightback.org. Anything else, Shelly, you want to add?
Thanks for your input. Yeah, no, just thank you, and thanks so much for your input and the inspiration you provide us to do better. We just love hearing from you, and hope you'll join us in promoting the story of your dinner, and that you'll plan to be with us in January for the conference. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.